Welcome back to Masculine Scrapping. Today we're going to be working on a spread from when we went to visit Harvard, and I'm embarrassed to say the whole time I was on the campus I was taking video. I didn't take any pictures. It was all chaotic because it was graduation day, and so there were people everywhere. So instead I decided to take their logo and just make this page, and let me tell you how complicated creating that was. Use Cricut Design Studio, cut multiple layers, then put together. You can see it's pretty intricate, and so this in itself probably took 2 hours to create. However, while we were there, we were at Harvard Square, and I found this little French pastry place called Le Macaron, and had some pastries or macarons there, and so I thought I'm going to combine these two things. So pretty serious and really fun at the same time. These pages do look a little stark, so I am going to do a torn edge border with this and put it behind on both sides. I think it'll just make it look a little more interesting. Again, remember when using the torn edge borders, you really have to put good pressure down on the tearing tool so that it will tear nice and properly. And I am doing it on both sides. Don't know if I want to go halfway or not, but I'm just going to see what it looks like. Oh, I actually kind of like that. So I think I will cut fairly large sections of this. One for that side and this side. I don't want it to go, do I want it to go halfway through? I think that's too much, so we'll cut some of it off, and I will save it for another project. Alright, so that'll go on this side, and we'll have one on this side. So pretty straightforward, simple, but this cut Harvard graphic seal, whatever it is, man, that took a lot of time. Very intricate cuts and pulling things apart. But in the long run, I really like how it has turned out, and so I'm not gonna complain because I think it looked really good. Just telling you how much time it took so that if you're ever working on a project like this, you can be aware of the commitment that it will be to put it together. So let's see. Yes, very happy with the way that turned out. Okay, we'll go over to this side. I'll move those to the side, and we'll work on getting the background down. I am going to stick this to the page. This is a little sticker from the bag that I got them in. I was able to carefully trim it off. I'm not sure what kind of paper it was on, so I'm going to back it onto something else so that just in case it wants to cause trouble, I'll have an extra layer in there that I can resolve it with. It is like a sticker, so it is somewhat shiny. Okay. I'm going to set this up here. Again, all of this designed Cricut Design Studio. The Macarons, I've got to decide. They're going to be on top of each other, right? Okay, so I've got to put them in from the bottom. This Macaron image was already part of Cricut Design Space. So that was nice. Just had to, for me, just select the colors I wanted. And I selected the colors based on what we were seeing in the other parts of the design. I'm noticing a little bit, this happens sometimes, a little bit of design fixing I have to do. So a little glue pen. I'll take a weeding tool and push it into place and then press down. I usually work on these projects ahead of time, do the design work, and do all the cutting and prep, because it is probably the most time-consuming part of the process, and I don't know that you want to watch me slowly weeding stuff and putting it together. You might, who knows? Okay, I want this to be on top of the photo, and then I want this here. So we'll start with this piece, then put the photo in place. Oh, the back of this has all the different flavors. I might have eaten 6 of them, which is probably too many, but they really tasted good. And I wanted to eat them before I got back to the tour bus where all the kids were going to want one from me. So I ate them all. I'm going to slip that photo underneath there. There we go. And then finally this piece. Lots of layers to these projects, but I think that the layering is part of what helps it to look cool. If you look at some of my very early work, you will see that I did not do a lot of layering. It was just photos and embellishments, no matting, and that matting is important. Okay. All right, there we have it. Harvard in Boston, Massachusetts, Boston Square, the Macaron French pastry store. I don't know if it's still there, but man, it was good. And if it is, you should try it out. So again, thanks for joining us today. Would love to see your projects, and take care.